All right, Harley versus Honda. Let's talk about it. So behind me, obviously, it's a Mimic, right? It is a VTX 1800. It is a Honda. It is the Extreme V Twin, is where they got the VTX from. This came out, I believe, in 2002. For whatever reason, Honda stopped making the 1800. We want to ask Honda, why did they stop making it? Well, I have my assumptions. Number one, I'm pointing over here, you don't see it. I have a Road King. I already have a Harley. Over here, I have a Victory. Right here, I have a Honda. So I'm not biased. All of them run great. Aftermarket for Harley is better than anybody. Obviously saturated for a reason. They have motor, transmission, suspension, audio, body, panels, kits, handlebars. They are saturated with so many different options. This right here is very critiqued. My Victory, same thing. It's not many things out there for these two bikes. For the VTX 1800, I did all my aftermarket stuff from backyard suspension. The gentleman that does that is phenomenal. Him and his wife run that business. The fact that he can mold the rear fender to fit the factory fender brackets and line up with all the holes and everything, and make a aftermarket frame railing kit for a true Harley 2000, well, all the bags really. They do the up to 13 bags and 13 and up bags as well. So this is all Harley right here. This rear fender is molded and made by backyard suspension that looks just like a overlay minus the wide angle that covers the strut bars. But they also make these side cover extensions, and they made this front fairing adapter. Front fairing and all the way forward is a Road Glide. Love Harley. Love the Road Glide. Now I have a Harley basically look with more power than a factory Harley Road Glide with durability of a Honda motor. Not a bad idea, right? Plus, I only paid $2,000 for this VTX 1800 with only 13,000 miles on it. You will pay for a 2011, and let's go by the fairing, right? The fairing is a 2015 up. This front fairing is that. So even if you look for something 2015 up, which will be the V-twin up until 18, before they went to the M8s. Regardless, you probably will pay at least 11 grand for somebody with 13,000 miles. You pay at least 11 to 12 grand and all the way up to maybe 30 and 40 grand. This bike is a beast. It still to this day beats the Harley Road Glide factory torque and horsepower. And this is a 2003. Say what you want. I'm a Harley guy as well. I love my Harley. Power doesn't lie. And then everybody will tell you, if not, pull up to a factory one and just race it. The reason why I went this route was it was my first big motor, and I wanted to go ahead and have it that way I can stay on a road with the Indian guys, the Victor guys, and the Harley guys, because what I had before wasn't cutting the bread. So now we have this one here. As far as the suspension works, Harley does handle better suspension wise, factory, compared to a VTX 1800, in my opinion. You can get soft bags as far as leather bags, but the aftermarket bags for hard bags you have to buy from a universal kit. They don't come factory with one. Harley will come with that. My aftermarket wheels, I had to pay more for and get them from the internet and search very thoroughly. It's basically a Mimic wheel in the 21 version in chrome. My handlebars are KST Customs, front fairing, and the whole rear end kit, backyard suspension, gas tanks factory. I did my paint job. As you guys can see, this is a flame job that I did. I airbrushed as well, and I airbrushed the skulls in with templates. I dabble here and there. I do electrical, I do audio, I do air ride, I do suspension, and I also do some body work, some welding, powder coating, cerakoting. This is a hobby. I don't do this for people. I have a pretty good paying job. I don't need to do it for people, nor do I want to take all my time. This is a hobby, so I can designate all my time for my projects. I can't do everybody else's like they would like. Have I done projects for other people? Plenty of projects. Do I like to do it? Yeah, I do like to do it on my time, on my terms. A lot of people will come to me with a project, say, hey, I want this done, want that done. I don't like doing that. What I'm probably going to do as a hobby is I'm going to build a complete bike, put a price tag on it. You come get it or you don't. For this bike here, if I sell it, of course I'm gonna make more than $2 grand off of it, but I won't get my money back as much as I've done to it. But this is, for me, it's personal to me. Harley, if you did a quarter mile, the VTX would kill you, factory for factory. If we had did a track course, Harley would kill the VTX. If you had to go by looks, that depends on you. I think Harley looks better than a VTX. Certain things, I like the gas tank of a VTX, but I didn't like the front fender or the rear fender. I obviously like Harley better, And ape hangers are my thing. I'm 6'3", so I like ape hangers. It's easier on my shoulders because it keeps your back straight up. Talking about handlebars, everybody always thinks that if you have handlebars, it looks uncomfortable. We do not ride bikes like this. We drop our arms and we're just hanging on. We're not here with our triceps engaged the entire time during suspension for every bump in the road. We're really relaxing. Think about a beach cruiser at the beach. Only thing you have to get used to and adjusted to is turning in tight angles. That takes a little bit of focus and a little bit of keeping the bike upright. This is an 800 to 1,000 pound bike. So when you turn, you don't lean like you do a small bike. You back up, you don't turn it, but you keep your body straight up and you turn your wheel when you're in tight angles. Once you start moving, it's easier to move. So this is a bull to ride, it's a bull to steer compared to a Harley. But depending on your strength and your core stability, it's not a bad bike to have. As far as audio, I never like anybody's factory auto. Everybody pretty much goes aftermarket. I get all my advice from NVS Audio, and there's a guy named Elmo for the Candy Shop, and I'm not sure if he's still with the Candy Shop. I follow their advice. NVS has been my go-to for the past 3 years. Nothing against Elmo anyway, because he did amazing work, and I had a killer system. And I took his advice, and it worked everywhere I went. And still, where I live, I had a loud system before this huge upgrade, as you guys are gonna hear during the video. One more thing for Harley. Harley gets the buck when it comes to getting your money back for selling it. It retains its value. It always will. Harley's American. Indian and Victory probably have to catch up, even though they're the same company. But Harley will always retain its value better than any other bike, probably in the U.S. It's got history. It's American name. It's not American made. Unfortunately, everything's from China for Harley. Versus a Victory and a Polaris for Victory and Indian. Everything's made in America and is made by Americans for Americans. If you want to claim being patriotic, then you will be getting an Indian. As far as Indian and the Harley, it's neck and neck. I dare say that I think the Indian, for the size of their motor compared to the Harley, I think the Indian takes his buck in horsepower and torque. Speaking for Harley versus Honda, those are the dynamics that I would like to challenge you guys with. If you look at the factory for factory power, VTX Honda wins. This is 2003. My assumption is they stopped making the VTX 1800 because I believe Harley probably paid the rights to get the patent for the VTX 1800 because that motor, it was a beast. Why would Honda stop making it? I don't understand why they would stop. Everything else now that's cruiser wise is a 1300. Question to Honda, if they didn't sign a non-disclosure, who knows? But I think that Harley bought out that patent for the 1800, and that's why Honda doesn't do it anymore unless they go bigger or change the degree of angle for the cylinders. But why did they stop making it? Power for power, Honda. Suspension, Harley. Retaining its value, Harley. Looks, Harley. Aftermarket, Harley. Bang for your buck, Honda. So that is my summary. Ask comments, talk trash. I don't care. Put something in there. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna answer all your questions, and I'm gonna challenge you. And I'm not gonna skive away from any serious questions that you guys have. I'm not scared of them because I'm gonna get rid of emotions and ego and give you guys honest answers, despite what loyalties you guys might have. I'm just shooting facts for facts. So let's go at it.